शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. Om. Dear friends, we are seeing the Bhagavad Gita. We are just seeing the first chapter. We have seen how Duryodhana, he reviewed his army. He first reviewed the enemy army and he again reviewed Pandava army. Then again, in order to cheer him up, Bhishma, he blew the conch. And following Bhishma, all other people, they also blew this war horns and all that. And similarly from the other side, that is Dharmaraja, then Krishna, Arjuna and all the people, they again blew their conches and it was such a tumultuous noise. At that time, Arjuna proudly lifted his bow and then he requested Krishna, "Oh my dear sir, let us go, let me have a look at all the people." So he is going to say, Arjuna uvacha, Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham sthapayamechuta yavadetan niriksheham yodhukaman avasthitan kairmaya sahayodhavyam asmin rana samudyame. So he says, hey Achyuta. Achyuta is another name for Lord Krishna. Achyuta, na plus Achyuta. Chuti, we know, Chuti means fall from a high place. That is, suppose you are in a high place, maybe in a morally speaking, or from the point of view of power, or from the point of view of wealth, you are in a high place. And from that high place, you slip down. So that is what is called fall. That fall, rise and fall as we say. A person who has that fall, that is Chuti. That is what is called Chuti. Achyuta means there is absolutely no fall or no change. So it is referring to Achyuta is one name which is referring to that Supreme Brahma. That Supreme Brahman which is of the nature of pure consciousness and what we call Supreme Brahman. There is no change in that. It doesn't undergo any change at all. So that is the reason why it is called Achyuta. And the same epithet, the same adjective is used for Lord Krishna also, Achyuta. That is one who is always stable, one who does not deviate, one who has that evenness of mind, a person who has that evenness of mind, that equanimity of mind, a person who doesn't deviate at all. So that is what is Krishna. And he is requesting Arjuna, Krishna, "Oh Achyuta, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye, you please take our chariot in the midst of the two armies. That is, one army is on one side and the other army is another side, and then they are facing one another." Then at that time, Arjuna wanted to go into the middle of that place, in between that gap area, and he wanted to look at the Kaurava army more closely so that he can see, I want to see who are all the people who have come here, with whom I have to fight. I just want to know with whom all I am going to fight. Then yotsyamanana vekshyeham yayete etra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddhehe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. I just want to see all these warriors who are lined up here, all the warriors who wanted to do this priyachikirshavaha means who want to favor Duryodhana. And who is this Duryodhana? Duryodhana is a durbuddhi. Durbuddhehe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. All these people have come to support that evil person called Duryodhana. I just want to see who are all these people who have come to support such an evil man. And Sanjaya uvacha eva mukto hrushikesho gudakeshena bharata senayor ubhayor madhye sthapayitva rathottamam. Then Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra, eva muktaha hrushikesha. Hrushikesha, we saw that word. Krishna, what does he do? Gudakeshena. Arjuna, another name for Arjuna is Gudakesha. Every word has got some meaning, as I said. Gudaka means some laziness, dullness, sleep. Gudaka Ishaha means one who has control over his sleep. That means who has conquered his sleep, who has conquered dullness. A person who is always alert, a person who is always fit for battle. So that is Gudakesha. So this man, Hrishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye, in the midst of both the armies, he placed the chariot. And where did he place? Right in front of Bhishma, Drona, etc. And he is saying, Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuruniti. So he placed the chariot right in front of Bhishma, Drona, Pramukhatah, right in front of Bhishma and Drona. And probably Krupacharya and some other elders were also there. In front of them, he just stopped them, he just placed the chariot. He told, hey Partha, Pashyaitan, Pashyaitan, Samavetan, Kuruniti. Partha. Partha again is significant. Partha is a name for Arjuna. Pruthu, Kunti Devi's name is Prutha. Kunti Devi's son is also sometimes called Kaunteya. He is called Partha. That is Kunti's son. That is, he is referring to him as a woman's son. So maybe expecting that this man would get slightly shaken up by seeing them, or he may become sentimental. Probably Krishna had an idea in his mind. So anyway, he placed the chariot in front of this Bhishma and Drona. He said, okay, now you look at all these people. Then what happens? Then Arjuna sees all the people. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha pitrunatha pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratrun putran pautran sakhins tatha shvashuran suhrudashchaiva senayor bhayorapi. So in both the armies, senayohu bhayohu, on both sides, on this side he is having his own cousins, his brothers, etc., etc. On the other side also he is having his cousins, his relatives, his uncles, and Matula means maternal uncles, Acharya, all the teachers. Bhishma is one person who has raised him up right from his childhood. Drona is the man who taught him archery. Krupacharya is another man. All the people, some people, they are in relation. They are grandfathers. Some of them, they are like grandfathers. Some of them are like fathers. Some of them are like uncles, like brothers, cousins, all types of people he saw. Then, at that time, Tan Samikshya Sa Kaunteya Sarvan Bandhun Avasthitan Krupaya Paraya Vishto Vishidan Nidam Abravit. So here comes, there is some little bit of change in Arjuna. So he is overwhelmed by compassion. Tan Samikshya, he just looked at all of them. And Sarvan Bandhun Avasthitan, all the people are his own bandhu. Bandhu means all the people are his own relatives, very close relatives who grew up together. And Krupaya Paraya Vishtaya. Paraya Krupaya. Krupa means compassion. So he was just overwhelmed by compassion. And Vishidan, in a very, very sorrowful manner, he just spoke to Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna, as I said, Arjuna means white, a very plain-hearted man. So Arjuna Uvacha. Drustvemam Swajanam Krishna. Yuyutsum Samupasthitam. Sidanti Mama Gatrani. Mukhamja Parishishyati. He says, Imam Swajanam Društva. Swajanam means my own people. He is first using the word Swajana. These are not others. These are not our enemies. These are my own people. Yuyutsum Samupasthitam. All the people who are assembled here just to fight. And Sidanti Mama Gatrani. All my limbs, they collapse. Just a few minutes ago, Dhanurudyamya, he had held his bow high, and then Udyamya means held it up high, and then he moved into the middle of the battlefield. Now he says, Sidanti Mama Gatrani, all my limbs are collapsing. Mukhamcha Parishishyati, my mouth, in Sanskrit, the word Mukham has two meanings. Mukham means face, Mukham also means mouth. Mukham Parishishyati means my mouth is drying up. Mukhamcha Parishishyati. Vepathuscha Sharire me. Vepathuhu. In my body, I am just shivering. Shivering has started in my body. Romaharsh. It is not out of cowardice. It is not due to cowardice. We have to see that it is not due to cowardice. He is not afraid of all these people. But he is overwhelmed by love, by compassion. And Romaharshascha Jayate. Romaharsha. The hair started bristling because of that compassion. And Gandivam Sramsate Hastat. He was holding his head bow high, but now that bow is slipping from his hand because the limbs themselves are collapsing. So Gandivam Sramsate Hastat. It is just slipping from my hand. And Tvakchaiva Paridahyate. My body. Tvak means the skin. Skin is burning actually. Paridahyate. Then Nacha Shaknom Yavasthatum Brahmativacha me manaha. Then Nimittani Japashyami Viparitani Keshava. I am not able to stand at all. I am not even able to stand. Brahmativacha me manaha. As though my head is reeling, as though my mind is reeling. Then Nimittani Japashyami. I am also seeing some bad omens. It also happens that when you are slightly dispirited, when you suddenly get into some sort of dispirited mood or in some sort of despair, then naturally you have a tendency to see bad omens. Bad omens might be there or might not be there. Till now, Arjuna did not see any bad omens. But right now, he is saying I am seeing bad omens. So, then again he says, Nacha shreyonu pasyami hatva swajanamahave nakankshe vijayam kushna nacha rajyam sukhanicha. Nacha shreyonu pasyami. I don't see any shreyas in this war. Hatva swajanamahave. Killing my own people in the battle. I am not seeing any shreyas. So this word shreyas is also used in the Vedanta. It is actually a sort of paribhashika shabda, that is a sort of a technical term in Vedanta. There are two words called shreyas and preyas. Shreyas means what is good for you. Preyas means what is pleasurable for you. What is good may not be pleasurable, and what is pleasurable may not be shreyas. They may sometimes coincide, but not always. So shreyo marga is something which is what is called nivrutti dharma, that is shreyo marga, that is for path of righteousness, that which is leading to the good, that is shreyo marga. And preyas is something which is pleasurable, that is enjoying the kingdom, enjoying all the sensual pleasures and whatnot, that is preyas. So here what he says is, I don't see any good outcome from this battlefield. Maybe I may be able to win the battle, I may be able to get the kingdom, I may be able to get all the pleasures, physical pleasures and all that, but that is not shreyas, it may be preyas only. And kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va, yeshamarthe kankshitam no rajyam bhogas sukhanicha, taimeva sthita yuddhe pranans tyaktva dhananicha. So he says, kim me rajyena govinda, oh Govinda. Govinda is another name for Krishna. Again this go shabda, we know that go means cow. It's in Sanskrit, goho, shabda is cow. But go also refers to the indriyas. And when referring to Krishna, when you say Govinda, that is indriyanam palakaha. Go means indriya. Indriya, the sense organ. Indriyanam palakaha, indriyanam niyamakaha. One who is controller and director or the illuminer of these indriyas or the sense organs. He is Govinda. And now actually in this epithet means, that is in this adjective, by calling him Govinda is also implying, you know my condition. Because Govinda, you are the Lord of the senses. As Lord of the senses, you know that my limbs are all falling, my limbs are all collapsing. You can know my condition. And all the people for whose sake, Yeshamarthe Kanchitam no Rajyam, the people for whose sake we wanted the kingdom, all the people are lined up here, and then they are lined up to give up their lives. And te ime avasthita pranans tyaktva, by giving up their lives, prepared to give up their lives, they are all standing here. And who are all they? Acharyaha, pitaraha, putras, tathaiva cha pitamahaha. Acharyaha, all the teachers. Pitaraha, all the fathers. Putraha, sons. Tathaiva cha pitamahaha, some people who are grandfathers, maybe like Bhishma. There are some other people also who are there at that particular level. Matulaha, Shvachuraha, Pautraha, various types of relationship. So we know that in Indian family system, we have got so many names for all these brothers, sisters, cousins and all that. In English, you may have only one broad word called cousin. But in our system, for that one word cousin, you will have 4 or 5 names. So like that, similarly, uncle. Uncle is one general name. But different types of uncles are there in us, because we have got so many types of relationship, because all the people, such a close-knit family, such close-knit family, the Indian society was. So we get all these relationships here. Acharya, Matulaha, Shvachuraha, Pautraha, Shyalaha. For all these things, in English there may be 1 or 2 words only. Then Yetanna hantumichhami ghanatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim numahi krute. He says, all these people, I don't want to kill all these people. Na ghanatopi, even if I am attacked, oh Madhusudana, I am not going to kill these people. Another word for Krishna, that is Madhusudana. Madhu is the name of one particular demon. Madhu is the name of this particular demon seems to have come out of the ear of Vishnu. And that person was probably symbolizing dullness, laziness. And that Madhu had to be killed, because that laziness or dullness, it was affecting all the lokas. So the gods, they requested Vishnu to kill him. So Vishnu is supposed to have killed that demon. So the demon who originated from his ear. This is again a Puranic story. Puranic story has always to be taken in a very symbolic way. We should not literally take it. We should not literally take a philosophy, a story from a mythology. We have to take it symbolically. That is, some sort of dullness has to be eliminated. So Madhu is that demon who was symbolizing dullness and lethargy. And Madhusudana is the person who slayed means who killed that demon. So here, Ghanatopi Madhusudana, Arjuna himself is collapsing and he is using the word Madhusudana. And what will Madhusudana do? Madhusudana's duty is to kill laziness, is to drive away laziness. So that is what he is going to do now. So api Trailokya Rajyasya hetoho. Even if you promise me the kingdom of all the three worlds, Trailokyam. Trailokyam means in our Puranas we usually talk about three lokas. That is Bhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Bhu means the earth. Bhuvaha is that intermediate place called the Antariksha. And Suvaha means the heaven, Swargaloka. And of course, when you go read a mantra like Gayatri mantra, you count 7 lokas. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. We count 7 lokas. They are depending on the yogic practices or spiritual practices which a person undergoes. Normally speaking, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Then Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam, this Tapoloka, Satyaloka, all these things are for people who practice these austerities, who follow this path of self-purification, meditation, etc. They are supposed to go to these higher lokas. So anyway, Trilokyam normally means Bhuhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha. So even if you promise the kingdom of all the three worlds, I am not going to kill. What to talk of? Kim no mahi krute. What to speak of? An ordinary kingdom like this. So for this ordinary kingdom, I am not going to fight. Even if you promise all the three worlds, I am not going to fight. Then Nihatya Dhartarashtrana ka pritisyadana janardana papameva ashrayedasman hatvaitan atatainaha. All these words again are significant. Nihatya Dhartarashtran, by killing these Dhartarashtras, ka pritihi, what pleasure is there? O Janardana. Janardana is another name for Krishna. What is the meaning of Janardana? Janan Ardayati. It is Janardana. A man who troubles people. Jana means ordinary people. Ardayati means troubles. Why is he troubling people? If you see all the names of Vishnu, all the names in that Vishnu Sahasranama, and if you see the commentary for that Vishnu Sahasranama, you get all these names in that Vishnu Sahasranama also. All Madhusudana, Janardana, Hrushikesha, all these names you get. The meaning given by commentators is, he is called Janardana, that a person who gives trouble, because whatever karma you do, you are bound to reap the fruit of that karma. If you have done some good karma, you will enjoy the fruit. If you have done some bad karma, you are forced to eat the fruit. That means you are forced to suffer the bad result of that particular karma. So by forcibly giving you this karma phalam, he is troubling people. Otherwise, you could have happily gone scot-free. You do whatever you like and then you go scot-free. But Janardana is a man who is not allowing you to go scot-free. He is forcing you to reap the fruit of your action. So that is why he is called Janardana. So here again, Janardana, what will he do? He is not supposed to follow Arjuna's advice. He is supposed to give the fruit of bad karma to Duryodhana. He is supposed to give the Duryodhana for all his evil deeds. Janardana's duty is to give that fruit. So naturally, Krishna is not going to listen to the advice of Arjuna. Then he says, Papameva ashrayedasman hatvaitan atatainaha. Arjuna is talking in a slightly self-contradicting manner. He says, we will accrue sin. Papameva ashrayedasman. We will accrue sin. Why? By killing this atatainaha. Atatayi is another technical word. In Dharma Shastra, this atatayi, it can be compared to a modern day proclaimed offender. Suppose there is a proclaimed offender, is a proclaimed murderer and proclaimed dacoit or proclaimed terrorist or something like that. A proclaimed terrorist on whom some reward is placed. Suppose if you are going to get a person or kill a person, you are going to get maybe about 1 crore rupees or something like that. So Atatayi is such a person. Atatayi is something like a terrorist. That is, there is a definition for that Atatayi also. A person who sets fire to houses, and a person who gives poisons, Agnido Garadashaiva. There is a shloka also which defines. and always moves with a shastrapani, and always moves and threatens people with the swords, and steals the wealth, snatches land, snatches away women, and wife of another person. That is all these things. And if you see, Duryodhana has done all these things. He had set fire to the house of Pandavas where they were staying. He made a special house for the Pandavas made of what was that inflammable substance called a lac, what we call lakka, laksha gruham. Laksha, in Telugu we say lakka. Laksha is the Sanskrit word. So that laksha, I am not sure what is the English word for that, some inflammable material. That inflammable material, he made a house and then he got it burnt with the hope that Pandavas would be burnt. And for a long time, he also thought that they were burnt, they were dead. But luckily, Pandavas had escaped. Then Garadaha, he had given poison to Bhima. Then he always attacked these people. And he has taken away their wealth, he has taken away their land, he has also insulted their woman, that is Draupadi. They tried to disrobe in the very court. So Duryodhana is a man who is guilty of all these things. So that is what we see. So Atatayinaha, such a villainous person, we will get sin. How will you get sin when Dharmashastra is saying that a person has to be killed and he is contradicting himself? We will see tomorrow further what Arjuna is going to say. Harihi Om Tat Sat.